Oh, this mic? This is Shure. I forget the model though. Ooh, okay, and we're live on YouTube as well. Let me just adjust the positioning of this. I hope that's better. Hi, Chili. Hi, Thailand. Oh, that's early. 6 in the morning. So we are trying to figure out Samita's.
Yeah, it just says going live, and it's just like
Yeah, it's loading.
Loading. Is it because there's a lot of people on the Wi-Fi? Do you think?
Maybe. But let's just wait. Are you on the right?
Don't.
Okay. You sure? What? Hey. So we're just waiting for Samita to get all set up. Yeah. We got 3 cameras right now. My YouTube, her YouTube, and my Instagram right over here. Let's see if we can keep up.
Should I go on a different browser, do you think? Is it because you're on Google Chrome?
Yeah, that could be why. Chrome is better, yeah. Let me know if the sound quality is good. I might be talking way too close to the mic. We want to make this an ASMR experience, but I might get too excited and forget, so.
Okay, there we go. That's where.
Awesome.
We're live. Yay.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Got 3 cameras. I don't even know what to look at.
And then that one over there. I think maybe, like, I guess it depends.
Let's take our chances. Oh, what's it? Well, I don't even know what I'm saying.
So
well,
happy to see you all. This is amazing. Hi,
right.
Lisa.
How should
Hi,
we?
Adam, Gregor, Ashlyn. Can everyone hear me okay? Hi, Almendrita, Jean. Hopefully my microphone's working well. Oh, everyone's coming in. Oh, yay, Scott is there. Hi, Scott. Caleb, Ashley. Okay, yes, they can hear me. Awesome. This is so exciting.
Yeah. How should we begin?
Well,
I normally start with a meditation, but we didn't really talk about that.
I guess we didn't. Do you want to do a short one? Well, let's see what people think. Do you
guys want to do a meditation, like a 5-minute one?
5-minute meditation together, or do you want to just go?
Or do you have your questions already?
Hi, Erica, Justin, Karina.
Yeah.
Okay, great. They can hear me loud and clear. Great.
I think the people want a meditation.
Okay, cool. Yes, they said yes. Okay, sweet.
I have my singing bowl over here, actually, so I can incorporate it. There we go. Why don't we just do like a 5-minute? Yeah. Okay. All right, so you can get comfortable in your seat. And then whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes. You don't have to, though. You can just look straight ahead And I'm going to ring the same bowl 3 times. With each ring, I want to take a deep breath in and then a complete breath out. Just let that relax your body, help you sink into your body. All right, starting now. Continue to take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Observe as your belly expands with every inhale and falls with every exhale. Relax the body. Begin to feel more and more grounded in your seat. Feel your feet touching the floor. Feel your glutes touching the seat. And just sink down, down, down. Coming back into your body, into the present moment. Coming back to stillness, calm. As you breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Belly rises and belly falls. Now when I ring the singing bowl, you're welcome to take one more deep breath, this time exhaling out of the mouth. And then you can open your eyes to tune back into this virtual space we have.
Welcome back, everyone.
Definitely a lot more centered now.
I definitely needed that for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for that idea.
It definitely
Alright,
felt a
you
lot of
enjoyed
nerves
that?
at the beginning.
Oh, hi Soren. So nice to see you. Thanks for that comment. Hi Nancy, Diana, Mabel.
Oh, hi, Angelica and Nanette.
From Montreal.
Hi, Terrence. We should do a photo shoot. Hit me up.
Hi Prescott, Kayla, Claire. Hi Tenna, Emily. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, so when did you reach 200K?
Yesterday,
Oh my
actually.
goodness.
Yeah, so it came at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the perfect day.
Wow. Yeah, we were talking earlier to your parents, and we were saying that, like, I don't know if you guys are all familiar with Toronto. Probably not, but the dome, is it called the Sky Dome now? It keeps changing it. So it's
Yeah, I don't
Rogers
know.
Center, the
Rogers
Sky
Center.
Dome.
I guess it's the Sky Dome now. That's
Yeah.
what my dad called it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a place where there's concerts and there's also like baseball games and whatnot. And that entire dome filled up is 50,000 people. So 4 times that is all of you. And that's just hard for me to wrap my mind around.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's really easy to get lost in the numbers when you're online. Like, it just kind of the way things are now, we see these numbers and we don't actually realize the significance behind these numbers, that these are individual people who actually chose to subscribe to us. That's insane.
I know.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, and like I try to imagine like 200,000 people on their phones watching us falling asleep to our voices. And
such an honor.
Yeah, it's such a blessing. So thank you all so much for watching us. And yeah, it's really hard to believe. All right, so should we answer some questions?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Let's take a look.
Because how we're going to do this is we'll take one from Samita's side and then one from my side, and we'll just go back and forth.
Oh my gosh, Nafoski ASMR, Nafali, she's here. Oh, thanks for staying awake. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Cassidy, you're so sweet. Oh, thank you.
All right, so let's take some questions. Okay, so Emily asks, what do you recommend for students going back to school to reduce stress based on what you have learned in your classes? Yeah, I'm actually going back to school September 7th, so this is something that I have to be intentional about as well. I would definitely recommend meditating. I know like everyone talks about it, you talk about it a lot, but I actually started a consistent meditation practice about 2 weeks ago now. And it's been really, I was looking at here, but I should be looking at the camera, sorry. But it's really, really helpful. I try to either like start my day with even just a 5-minute meditation or end my day with it. And it just grounds you. It takes away like all the troubles and worries. The thoughts are still going to come up, but you just watch it and you just try to understand the emotions that come up and settle into the human experience. So I would definitely recommend that. What about you?
I would recommend exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Do you want to answer a question?
Yeah. Okay, moving on to my side. Thank you, Abraham Ramirez. Thank you so much. Okay. Would either of you ever do an ASMR session with a subscriber? Asks Ashley. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I would
I don't
love
see
to.
why not.
I just don't know how we'd be able to like figure out
arrange it and
right.
yeah,
maybe for
especially with
Instagram.
COVID right now, it's a little tricky. But you know what? Quick story. I actually met a subscriber on my way back to Canada. Graham, if you're watching.
No way. How? Wait, you
Yeah,
didn't
he
tell
was.
us.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
No.
It's like the second subscriber I met, just like randomly. He was actually helping us register for the COVID test at the airport after our arrival, and he didn't recognize me at first, but he, like looked at my passport and everything and set us up. And then after I got the test, he was waiting for me outside, and he was like, "Wait, I think I know you from somewhere."
No way.
And turns out he was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were Canadian." And then I was like, "Well, where do you live?" And he was like, "Durham." And I'm like, "I'm from Durham." So
Oh my
turns out he's in
goodness.
Whitby.
What?
And we're like practically neighbors. So
Wow.
so so I offered to like make a video with him when things open
Wow.
up. Yeah.
That's incredible.
So
So
it's
this is the
definitely
second
possible.
time that you've met a subscriber.
Yeah. First time was in Costa Rica. I didn't tell you.
You did not tell me any of this. This is huge.
Well, it was pretty recent, so.
Okay.
But yeah, that was amazing too, because I was staying at a hostel and I was just hanging out, like, no makeup, double chin, reading a book, and then she walks past and she just like she takes a double look. And she was also like, "I think I recognize you from somewhere." And it was a very emotional meeting.
That's so cool.
Because she was having a bad day, and yeah, it just like synchronized and yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I've never, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Well,
yet.
probably because of COVID, like we've been at home.
I guess I don't really go out much, and when I do go out, it's with a mask. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully soon. Okay, so any other questions? Let's see here. So Grateful58 asks, Samita, have you graduated from your school? What is your degree? Oops, let's go back up. When I first started watching you, I thought the channel name was Samita Coco. Yeah, that's interesting because like I kind of did it that way, like Semi de Coco. It's kind of like in a lot of languages.
It's a French dessert or something, right?
Really?
I think so. If you Google it, you get some sort of coconut dessert.
Well, it does mean half a coconut in quite a few languages, including French. So that was kind of the intention, but I also wanted my name to be in there, and I love coconuts. Like you all know it. I love coconut everything. So it's interesting. But anyway, to your question, I haven't graduated yet. I still have 2 more years. My degree is Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine, and hopefully I'll be a doctor in 2023, maybe 2024. Depends on when I get my license and all that. Yeah, but thanks for asking.
Angelica has a question. How did you get into ASMR? Let's start with you because you got into it first. Oh, it's on my Instagram. Yeah.
How did I get into ASMR? Well, I told the story quite a few times too.
True.
I told the story, but I'll say it again. This was a few years ago. I worked at a chiropractic office as a chiropractic assistant, and one of the patients recommended me to ASMR. He's like, it's kind of weird, like you do role plays, you can do like makeup role plays, and some of them are, a little stranger than others, but you can find something that you like, and you'll be able to experience tingles. So I actually started, I think, with Maria Gentle Whispering, and then I quickly got into It's Blitz, and I just really, really loved it. And then I met an ASMR artist when I was working at Sage Natural Wellness, and her name's Callie. She's watching. Callie, hi. And so she looked at me and she was like, you should do ASMR, like your voice fits it. And I was like, no, I couldn't. I could never. But she really encouraged me. And then October 1st, 2019. October 1st, 2019 was when I first started, and haven't looked back since. Oh.
Yeah. Was it your first video that sort of went viral? Like it was just was successful from the get-go, right?
Like it definitely did better than any other videos I'd done before.
Right.
All the videos before were like PCOS related, my health condition, kind of naturopathic medicine related. And yeah, I did really well. And from there, it just kept going up. It wasn't until I did like the real person medical role plays that it just really got picked up by the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with my dad joined me and we did a head to toe assessment and it just, went viral. So,
Yeah. And then you started telling me about how I should join.
yes.
And it was around December where I finally gave in and we tried out 2 videos on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made 2, but then I kind of neglected it for a couple of months. And finally came back to it when I came back to Canada. So April 2020.
Yeah, really
so I started like being more consistent and actually started taking it seriously.
Yeah.
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 And it's been amazing thanks to this girl.
Well, thanks to that person. I think his name was Dan, the chiropractic office. If I ever see him again,
Yeah,
I'll be
thanks to Dan.
Thank you.
He's the reason why we're here. There's a question over here. Stephen asks, he says, I love the medical role plays you do together. Would you ever consider being the Dr. Eddie? No.
Would you?
I feel like I would need to memorize so many like terminology.
Yeah.
I would get so in my head, I think. Like it wouldn't come off as naturally as the way you do it. Yeah. I'd be intimidated.
There's like most ASMRs do medical role plays at one point. Like you just have to review it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right. You can try it one day. But yeah, I guess it's not really your style. Like what you're doing, like that's what's been working for you. And
yeah, I think like, well, you know what? I think it's amazing that there's so many ASMR artists out there that can just do role play so easily. Like they can pick up something that they've never looked at ever in their life, and then act it out like it's second nature, and that's incredible to me.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm like that kind of ASMR artist or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever done a role play? Like a role play, like an acting role play?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. Yeah. Like I love when I don't know if you guys have watched like Jackson, when I like put on the wig and I
oh my god. Jackson scares me.
What? Oh, I bet like a bunch of our viewers, they're crushing on Jackson.
Didn't he wink in a video?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's such a flirt. Okay, I'm going to.
Alright.
Okay, so asks, hi Samira, will you be doing a video with your dad again anytime soon? It's been a while since he's been featured, lol. Okay, so he's actually out on a business trip, so it'll be a little while before he's back. He's off on his trip to Mars. And, well, I guess he came back from Mars and then he went back or something. No, I'm kidding. No, but he'll be back hopefully in December, so maybe we could do something together. Yeah.
Let's see. Cloud asks, what's the best way you guys pick yourself up after a rough patch in your life? I went through a lot of loss recently, and you've helped me through it. Love from NYC. I'm glad that we've been able to support you. Yeah. I think the main thing for me is I make sure to have enough downtime to just feel my emotions, because so much comes up, especially when it comes to loss. The grief is, it's like never ending. It can feel like that. And it's really important that you just give yourself enough time and space to feel it, because the only way to let it go is to feel it. So I think that's my biggest advice. It sounds simple, but it's actually not that easy. It's really hard to give yourself that time that you need.
Yeah. And people say like time heals, but that's not, it's not just the time. Like you actually have to put in the energy and
Yeah.
work on really acknowledging your emotions, taking the time to grieve and cry, and of course, build a strong support system around you. Like, you're going to need as much help as you can get in every way. So yeah, I'm really sorry for what you're going through, and I hope that that helps.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move over here. Scott says December sounds like it really was more recent. Okay, so Soren asks, when did both of you realize for the first time that you were actually successful?
Well, depends on what you mean by success, right? Like, we all have different, definitions of success.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
It is.
Because you can talk about it like based on like the number of views you're getting, or like revenue wise, or just overall the impact that you're having on people. And like, when it comes to the, I think the impact is most important, at least for me. And that was pretty early on. As soon as I like was receiving comments that people were watching my videos to sleep, it was helping with their anxiety, depression, their headaches, their PTSD. I was like, wow, like that's the most important thing. And yeah, even if it's just helping one person, like that's already a success for me. So
yeah,
I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would, I feel like I'm sort of the same as you. It's more about the impact. So when you get some really beautiful comments of, how your video has been able to help people, like, I think that really, it touches you very deeply. But I do remember when I hit a 10,000 subscribers, we had like a
little party.
We did have a party, yes. We celebrated it, but even before that, I think like Shahida had like a countdown for it, so she was the first to message me.
Wow.
And Shahida's her sister, cousin. And then my dad, saw it as well, and he was like freaking out. It was like early in the morning.
Yeah.
So maybe it was that milestone that really made it concrete that this was going somewhere. And yeah,
I remember when I reached 10K, my family actually like they surprised me and like got balloons, and they got like a little trophy. It was so cute. And my sister got like a piggy stuffed animal, and that was really sweet. Yeah. And they even put like a banner up, and they were like, I don't remember what it. Yeah, happy 10K, I think, or congratulations on 10K. I forget, but I have the picture. Yeah, that was really special.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to answer?
Sure.
I'm just gonna
Let's see. Well, I would love to hear your answer for this. Dreamy asks, how do you heal your negativity and anxiety personally? Do meditation work in a short time? What's your personal experience?
Right now, I've been really into like trauma work. So when it comes to negativity and anxiety, I usually know that there's some sort of underlying trauma energy that I have to tap into and figure out what the root is. I'm not sure which camera I should be looking at.
Yeah, switch back and forth.
Yeah, I just have to kind of figure out what the root cause is there. So usually, I would sit with those feelings, like really breathe into it, like breathe the feeling in, breathe out. And usually I kind of have a release, whether I cry or sometimes like I get kind of frustrated and upset, and whatever emotions arise, I just kind of make space for that. And that's what really helps me. And then of course talking to your loved ones, and they'll help you through that as well. Yeah.
And my answer is exactly the same. I focus on the trauma aspect of my anxiety. Where does this energy stem from? What is the root cause? What is it asking me to look at? And for the second part to your question, does meditation work in a short time? Yes and no. Because when you allow yourself to feel the anxiety and the negative emotions, you do release. And so in a short amount of time, you may notice, a huge change in your demeanor and behavior, that you'll feel better all of a sudden. But it has to be a regular, consistent practice, because you need to continue to release as you process this trauma. So it's like it's an ongoing thing, but you do notice the effects of a successful energetic release in a short amount of time. Yeah.
So Adam asks, it's been a while since you posted the video for What You Mean to Me. Do you have any other songs on the piano coming our way anytime soon? I'm so happy you asked that. Thank you. I'm actually working on a song. It's called Someday. It's from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the animated version / musical. And I don't know when I'm gonna have it ready, but we're working on it. So stay tuned.
See if we have anything here. This one?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, so Root Word on Instagram asks, any tips for building a good support system, especially if you don't have a lot of people around you? It's a great question.
Yeah. It's hard with the pandemic for sure. Like in the past, like meetups would be a good place. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's available everywhere, but here in Canada we have like Meetup.
Yeah, it's an app that you can download. Yeah. I think sometimes when we think of a support system, we think of having a lot of people to always be there for you.
That's true.
But it's good to reframe that and, just recognize that if you have one or two people there that you feel comfortable talking to about deep matters of, the heart, that's more than enough. You just need to have some people that you can count on to talk about your emotions and what you're going through on the inside with, I think. And that's a good support system. Doesn't always mean having a lot of people, having people who are always there, but just those couple who are, that you feel comfortable with to share these things with.
Yeah, love that. Okay, so just looking for a question here. So Bowen asks, are you from Ontario, BC here? I suspect you're Canadian. Yes, from Ontario. So Scott asks, do you think there will be ASMR conventions or some other way for ASMR fans to gather one day? I hope so. I really, really hope so. That would be so cool if I can meet all my favorite ASMR artists.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Who are your favorite ASMR
artists? Con.
That'd be so cool. Imagine GB, Maria, Julia from It Splits.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Oh, a funny question from Eric. Favorite snack?
Favorite snack?
Chocolate. That's like hands down. I don't even have to think about it. Chocolate. I have a huge sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So chocolate and cake and ice cream.
I love coconut yogurt with berries and nuts.
She's super healthy.
Yeah, I don't really have junk food at home. But yeah. And honestly, I don't know if this is weird, but I eat leftover food as a snack sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I love that too. Yeah. I like leftover food cold. It's my guilty pleasure late night snack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, let me scroll up because I might have missed some.
I feel like I missed a bunch too. Hi, Paul from Brazil. Thank you. Hi, Laura. Tracy loves the scalp check episodes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, Soren says an ASMR convention where people only whisper. Imagine that. That'd be really hard on the vocal cords if you're not careful.
Oh, true. Have you ever been to Europe? Lots of love from the Netherlands.
Mhm.
Yes, JM.
Oh, I have it on my side
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, my God, JM.
We're taking advantage of both.
Thank you for tuning into both. Yeah, I love Europe. I'm like dying to go back, and I actually went to the Netherlands for like a weekend trip. And I loved Amsterdam. Oh my God. Amsterdam was like my favorite city. I stayed in Copenhagen for about 3 months, and I loved Copenhagen, but the only thing was the streets are so tiny. They're so narrow, and like with the amount of cyclers, it's just like a little bit chaotic in my opinion. And when I went to Amsterdam right after Copenhagen, it just like it's like they figured it out because the streets are much more wide and you have space to ride your bike and stuff like that. So
Dude, do you have more of that like headache cream? I'm just feeling
oh
that.
yeah. Okay.
Is it? Sorry, just yeah. Today's a really hot day, and like I think like moving between the heat and the AC. Okay.
I think I'm gonna put some on as well.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna apply
Everyone we know is having a headache today.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's just like really hot, humid weather, and we're not used to this as Canadians. So we're okay. Just gonna apply that.
Well, I haven't even gone outside today, and I've had a headache all day.
No
It's
way.
weird.
Just put it on my neck.
There we go. And I actually had some people ask me about this cream because I featured it in one of my videos.
Oh,
It's
Chinese.
It's Chinese. Yeah, it's from Taiwan actually.
Oh.
I have a Taiwanese friend, Tiff, if you're watching. And she gave me this. Yeah, she's obsessed with it. It's sort of like peppermint halo. If you've used that
Oh, they
from
know about peppermint
Sage.
halo.
If you know, you know. But this is very similar, maybe a little bit more strong. And yeah, it's great to use if you want to kind of wake yourself up.
Okay, so Pierce asks, hello Anna, Samira, an idea. Question for both. What is your bedtime routine like?
I have a video on that, so if you want to watch it, but it might not be so accurate anymore. Well, the main things that I like make sure to have at night is I read, I meditate, and I use my tarot cards to kind of conclude the day or understand what the day was about, what I was supposed to like learn from it. Yeah, but I think like these are the 3 pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a set bedtime routine. I mean, I definitely like end my day with prayer and gratitude. Sometimes a little bit of journaling, but yeah, I should work on that. I should learn from you. Do you just draw one tarot card, or do you like draw a couple?
It's different every night, but one's enough, to just kind of like sit with one energy. But yeah.
I find like I just keep going, and I spend an hour, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to go to sleep.
True. Yeah, then maybe you can limit to one.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, thank you so much, Mama JR. Thank you so much for your generosity. And your question is, will you guys ever consider coming to the United States and doing a meet and greet? After COVID, of course. Love you too. Yeah, I would love to. I think about doing meet and greets often because I know this business coach on Instagram who does it wherever she goes. She's kind of like she'll like put it on her Insta story, and then whoever's free that day in that city that she's at, they'll meet up. And I just think it's brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be really
could
cool
it
if we
potentially be unsafe though? Like,
yeah, it could potentially be unsafe. I guess she didn't have that large of a following to be. I mean, it could still be.
Yeah.
and safe.
We'll
But
make
an
it work.
organized meet and greet,
Yeah.
yes, a safe one after COVID, definitely.
Oh, Zohar's kind of loud.
Can you guys hear my brother?
Yeah, can anyone hear that?
Let us know in the chat. Hi, Seth. So Seth's question is, what is one of y'all's favorite shared memory?
Shared memory.
Mm.
I like that question.
Oh my god.
Hey, do you
I
have
gotta
one in
go.
mind?
No, because there's so many.
There's too many. Like, we pretty much grew up together.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have one in mind. We lived together for
Like 3-4 years.
3-4 years. Yeah. And we used to play the Wizards game
The Wizards game.
and the Teenager game. We were preteens and we were like dying to be teenagers.
Yeah.
So we had this game where we pretended to have boyfriends and we went to high school.
Oh
and
yeah, I think I played this guy called Jeremy.
Oh my god, Jeremy.
Wait, and what was yours?
Celine Leon. Oh my god. Didn't Jeremy have a crush?
Okay, so obviously we didn't have any boyfriends or anything, and we were like kind of like boy crazy at the time. And so I played Jeremy and she played Celine Leon, and I acted as having a big crush on Celine. Okay, Jeremy had a crush on Celine Leon. And it was messed up. Okay, let's not talk about it.
So hilarious though,
That's
because
too
you
funny.
get so deep into character and we're like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm afraid of
stop
you.
it.
We also had the Wizards game.
The
and
Wizard
we played-
Hogwarts game. Yeah, that was really fun.
We made potions. We had stick fights.
Yeah,
we had this
like
tree.
we would actually carved like
Yeah.
wands and would make broomsticks.
Yeah.
And then we would go to classes. We'd go to like herbology class and like defense against the dark arts. It was so funny.
So fun.
That's good.
That was such a good game. Yeah. We had a tree as well. It was our hideout, remember? Like we'd go out from the
old plan, remember?
Oh, I didn't know we had any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
I miss
we'd
that
all have, so me, you, my little sister, we'd each have like a spot where we would just chill.
Yeah.
Like we'd climb up and just chill there. Sometimes I still go there.
Really?
Yeah. And I just like climb
Aw.
up and I just
Oh, we need to
spend some
go
time
back.
with the tree.
soon.
Yeah.
I haven't been in so long.
Oh, we pretended to be pirates. Remember? You were like a red-handed Jill or something, or
Oh, this might have been like a
That's when we were-
short-lived.
that's
thing,
when we
right?
were the phase when we were really into pirates.
I had a book as well, like an encyclopedia
Yeah.
for pirates, right?
And I was really into Peter Pan, so obviously
Right.
this is too funny.
So many good memories.
Yeah.
And remember that one time when you were living in China at the time, and then my mom and dad, we went to babysit them while their
Yeah.
parents were away on a trip.
Yeah.
And we tried to scare my mom. We like tied Barney, your stuffed Barney,
yes.
and threw it down the staircase.
Oh my gosh.
But instead of her getting scared, we got scared. Oh
Wow.
my god.
You have a good memory. My goodness.
Those were really good times.
Those were really good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun house. It was the big house, right?
Yeah, the big house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice house.
Okay, let's see.
Oh. Menas, I'll give you a hug. Oh. Tengen asks, best book you've ever read?
Best book. Too many. Okay, spiritual books or like fiction books?
Right, true.
Because spiritual books, the one that started me off in the spiritual journey would have been not Power of Now, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
Same.
Yeah.
That's also my first book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, like my favorite book I would say is When Things Fall Apart. I really like Pema Chodron's.
I'm dying to read it.
You need to read that one. That's a good one. When it comes to fiction, too many. Too many.
Yeah, you read a lot of fiction books.
I do.
It's been so long since I've read one.
Yeah.
But I think my hands down favorite fiction book has to be The Kite Runner.
Oh,
So
that's a good one.
I just couldn't put it down,
That's
and I
such a
think
good
I
one.
finished in like 2 days, and I was crying for most of it.
Yeah.
It was intense.
I guess my favorite would be, okay, so two books, A Thousand Splendid Suns, which is written by the same author, and then also Homegoing. I forget who the author is, but it follows like so many generations of these two half sisters. I forget where it's. Where were they from? Okay, this is bothering me. I'm gonna look it. Okay, no, I'll look it up next time. But it's called Homegoing. It's a good book.
Well, if you want to look it up, I can read out another question in the meantime. I look like Charlie D'Amelio, really? D'Amelio? I can't even say her name.
Okay,
really?
so it's Homegoing by Yassi. And
oh, I'm so happy for you, Samantha. What's your biggest dream? Samantha asks. Biggest dream. I think just to help. I think I'm living my biggest dream, like being able to help people in ways that truly matter, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
Over here, Doctor Who says, no, Barney.
You really like that stuffed animal too.
Doctor Who also says,
Barney.
I love Peter Pan. Yes, Peter Pan. Sorry, what was the question? Biggest dream?
Biggest dream, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm living my dream too, honestly. Yeah. But like I also want to incorporate naturopathic medicine into it. Like I want to, like when I become a doctor and start taking patients and do the trauma work and then integrate like ASMR into that somehow. Like I don't know exactly how it's going to look like. But yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I think there's always more room to grow, more things to learn. So yeah, I agree with that. That like I also want to learn more, but I think we're on the path, and we're already very grateful.
Oh, I just read a comment in French here. I think he's making a dig at us. C'est ça le problème avec les anglophones, vous ne faites jamais l'effort de parler une autre langue. Est-ce que c'est vrai? Thank you for your content has been helping me. This is from Sharni. Thank you for your content has been helping me get through really difficult times. Just wanted to hop on and send my love. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Megan asks, how did you learn to read tarot? I'm glad the September tarot reading was helpful. I actually picked up tarot like at a garage sale when I was 12, but it didn't really click for me because I guess the images didn't really like inspire me to want to learn more about it. But it was just something that I had over there, and I knew people, like I knew tarot was this thing, and it's like mystical, and that fascinated me. But I think I started actually learning more about it after I got this reading at Shivananda. So I stayed at this ashram, yoga ashram, for 3 months, and there was this really eccentric lady who read for me, and I was like blown away.
That.
Yeah, it was like deeply personal, and I was like, how did you know? And after that I was like, okay, I have to learn how to do this. But it's like a slow process because there's just so many cards, and then at the beginning you think you have to memorize each card, right? You would know because you're like trying to learn it now. Yeah. But then so it's like there's a learning curve and then you start realizing the pattern in tarot. Like you have to learn patterns and learn numerology and like spiritual archetypes in order to understand tarot. So
but it's like always if you do a tarot reading like intentionally, it tends to always come true.
Yeah,
it's really incredible how that works.
Yeah,
but it's reading like our own, like how does it, like are we speaking to other spirits? I always wondered, like, are we speaking to other spirits, or are we like using our own divine energy to, like, do we already know the future and we're just like reading what we know?
Carl Jung actually did a little experiment to prove synchronicity using tarot cards, or actually the I Ching cards. And it's in his book, Synchronicity. So you can look into that, and it's pretty cool. But basically, he did this experiment to prove that it's not probability. The fact that like these cards flip out for you, it's synchronicity, where you're actually tapping into the collective unconscious, and you're like a part of you knows what each of these cards are and what they represent, and you're basically communicating with yourself or your larger consciousness what you need to know in that moment about your energy. So I don't think it ever, like, tarot doesn't tell you about the future. It just gives you more clarity as to the energy that you're harboring, in your system at that moment, and what that might lead to. It might not, though, because you might shift in the next moment.
That's right. Yeah. Unless it's like a major arcana, and that's a theme that's going on for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Major arcanas are more significant. Yeah.
Wow. I keep getting the Tower lately.
That's good. Things are gonna fall apart. So more things come.
Mark says, P.S. Try and slip the salt and pepper huggers in the background of your next video. Yeah, I love the salt and pepper huggers. I'll try to do that. I'll try to remember. Okay, let me just scroll back a little bit. So Lisa asks, have you binged watched any good TV shows lately? By the way, hi Lisa, thank you so much for commenting on all my videos, and I love you, girl. I hope moving into that new home has gone really well, and that you're enjoying it. So, as for the question, binge watch any good TV shows?
Oh, I binge watched a lot of shows at the beginning of this year. I really liked Umbrella Academy. You have to watch it. I think you'll love it.
I watched like the first episode, but like I didn't continue.
Oh, the first one wasn't too good. The first season was sort of iffy because there was not a lot of character development. But when you get into the second season, oh my god, it's such a good show. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, it's hard to have good recommendations. Like, I actually haven't really watched the show in a while.
Yeah, let us know if you have any recommendations. Yeah. I'm looking for a good show too. Josiah asks, Adia, you have such a nice and soft voice. Is it vocally possible for you to yell? Is it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I can be really loud sometimes.
Oh yeah, you're Aquarius, right?
I'm an Aquarius moon.
Aquarius moon.
So I can be sort of emotionally distant.
Right. Which side of you is, sometimes you make a switch and she goes a little, you don't want to be near her when she's angry. That's all I'm gonna say. It's getting a little dark. Should we put on some lights?
Yeah, I'll turn on the lights.
Oh, she can put them on. Thank you. Alexandra asks, do you see yourself doing ASMR for a while? And I would say yes. I'm not ready to leave ASMR anytime soon. Personally, I love it. I'm always watching ASMR, like when I'm studying, when I'm working, and also like before I go to naps. I try not to watch before bed because like I'm trying not to like have too much stimulus before I go to sleep. because like once I get on my phone, like I'm like looking at all these, like I can't just focus on ASMR, like I'm looking at all this other stuff. But yeah, not gonna stop anytime soon.
Same. Well, it just started to pick up, like 1 year isn't a long time. So yeah, we're gonna be here for a while.
And my big sister asked a question, so I'll answer for you. What do you hope your life will be like in 5 years? So, 5 years. I hope to be a doctor, have a successful practice. I hope to build my dream home. So right now I'm really interested in like round homes or like dome homes. Yeah, I have like this whole thing planned. It's gonna have a spiral staircase in the center and like lots of windows, and it's gonna be a nice garden. So that's kind of my 5-year plan.
I have something similar. I would like to have my home, a home that I'm like proud of, that really reflects who I am, that I feel, rooted in. And I would like to have some other investments as well. Like I want to be able to be financially independent in the sense that I have passive income and I'm not like working for every other paycheck. I think that's really important for my longevity.
Yeah.
And just to like enjoy life, have more time to be there for the things that matter, and then also have an online business, including YouTube, of course, where I'm able to further help people and create a positive impact on those who need it. So,
awesome. So, Scott is asking best ways fans can thank you. Honestly, watching my videos, commenting, engaging, being here with me, that's more than I can ask for. If you're looking for other ways to support my content, support kind of like equipment that I purchase and the props and all of that stuff, then you can head over to my Patreon. So patreon.com/SaminaCoco, and you'll be able to get exclusive content, early access to my videos, and polls, that kind of thing. What about for you?
Yeah, same. The engagement really helps. Every comment helps. The likes, the views. I mean, only if you want to, no pressure. And Patreon as well, for sure. Yeah, so here's a little shameless plug for Patreon. So my Patreon is patreon.com/ediyasmr. Yeah, that would help us a ton as well. And I actually, speaking of Patreon, I have some new announcements to make and updates, but I'll let you know in a couple of days. It's really exciting.
Yay. Oh, by the way, tomorrow's video, ooh, that's loud. By the way, tomorrow's video that's coming out is with Adia, so please watch that 5 p.m. as usual. Yeah, it's a pretty cute one.
Yeah. I fell asleep.
She fell asleep in it. So.
Did I snore at all?
No, you didn't snore. But you definitely fell asleep. Like I was like asking her questions and she was out.
Like I heard her voice, but I was just like, no.
So definitely watch that if you have a chance.
Thank you, Gregor Hulk Spartan's Diary. Nice name. Thank you so much for your generosity. Can you do a knife massage ASMR? What would that look like?
Like, is it like this? Is that what it is?
Oh, we'll look into it and we'll see if it'll be possible. You've piqued my interest. Retta asks, what's the meaning behind your tattoos?
Oh, yeah.
I have only 2 at the moment. Would like to get more, but this one says, do you know what it says?
As within, so without.
Yeah. And it's basically just the understanding or reminder that your inner reality creates your outer reality. So whatever you have within, you'll see it outside without. And this is kind of the same. It's like about manifestation. The moon inside represents feminine energy. And manifesting. Yeah. Creative energy.
Mike says, if my coworkers ever knew I have your doctor exams playing in my iPods at my desk, I would never hear the end of it. That's so brave of you to do that. Thank you. That's incredible. Nikki asks, what are your favorite types of ASMR to watch? Does it differ from the kind you create? So right now, I love watching fantasy ASMR, like fantasy roleplay ASMR. So that's like my go-to. Moonlight Cottage ASMR. And I feel like we talk about this in every Q&A, but Moonlight Cottage and The Blue Whisper. And who else do I like? Like just all the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But it's Blitz. Julia's my girl. She's the one who like inspired me. She's commented.
Yeah. You sent me a screenshot.
I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a little similar in the sense that like I love watching massage videos, so that's what I do as well. I also like medical role plays, but like right now, the best for me is fantasy role play. And I tried doing one. It was the ASMR mask drop thing, but like I feel like I can't go anywhere as good as Moonlight Cottage commented on one of your videos.
She did, yeah. And then I put it on my landing page.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Maria commented on one of her videos.
Yeah. Yeah, she actually.
ASMR.
Yeah, she watched a tarot reading video.
Yeah, and it seems like she's been watching your videos for a while.
Yeah, it sounded like she's been watching them. Yeah. What an honor. Let's see. What is something you started doing during the pandemic that you will continue even when the pandemic is over? Asks Brina. For me, it's waking up late. I think, yeah, and just staying at home without feeling guilty. Because I think before the pandemic, it just wasn't normalized to stay at home for like a week. When like that was what I really wanted to do for the longest time.
Yeah.
But I would make myself go outside and meet up with friends, even though I didn't really feel like it. And I feel like the pandemic has sort of normalized that. Like if you want your, alone time, it's totally fine. If you want to stay at home for a whole month without going out, you do you. Yeah. And so I appreciate that.
That's something that I really appreciate. Like obviously the pandemic hasn't been easy and there's been a lot of suffering. But one thing that I do appreciate is like I can tell someone that I'm not feeling well and they'll totally get it.
Yeah.
Or if I don't want to go into school because I have, I don't know, runny nose, a cough, like, you're not going to school. Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. Because in the past I would have forced myself to go.
Yeah.
Or I would have felt like I had to go. Yeah. So Nafosky ASMR, she said it was incredible watching this. You're so sweet and your combined energy really just brings joy. Thanks so much for spending time with us. I know it's hard being over in Europe. And by the way, anyone who isn't following Nafosky ASMR, please go and follow her channel. She also does kind of like real person massage kind of hair play kind of videos, and yeah, they're great.
Reasonably Paranoid on Instagram asks, what's your camera and lighting setup for your YouTube videos? I love the beautiful low light atmosphere you film with.
You have a really good aesthetic.
Yeah. Thank you. I switched recently, actually. Like we talked about it. It's a lot more simpler, even though it was already simple to begin with. I used to use a Sony Alpha camera with a Sigma lens, the 16 milliliter. think, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was what created the beautiful bouquet effect. But the body broke with that one, so I had to go get it fixed. And around the time when it broke, I actually got a vlogging camera. So that's the one I use now, which gives a similar quality, but it's not as bouquet. Yeah, it's smaller. And I used to use this one. I used to use a Zoom mic.
Yeah.
But I noticed that it has a lot of hissing, like a lot of unnecessary hissing. At least mine. 'Cause mine is different from yours.
Yeah.
And then I started using just the Rode mic that I have on my vlogging camera for vlogging. And it's actually been really nice. Like, it doesn't have as much hissing and it picks up on the mouth sounds. So my setup is like super easy now. I just pay more attention to color grading and lighting, which is like,
What do you do for lighting?
I'm trying to learn. Honestly, I have a lamp. I have a lamp, and I have a ring light that I use sometimes. At low, so it's not as harsh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I make sure I have light in the back so that, you sort of, it's like a YouTube thing to like have light in the back, and you create depth, I guess. That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm learning. I want to get better at that.
Yeah, that's something something that's worked really well for me lately is kind of having like setting up this thin, like I have this thin linen curtain that's sort of sheer, sort of see-through, and then I place my key lights behind it, and then it just kind of gives this like soft, diffuse look, and I really like that. That works well for me. Yeah. Divon and only asks, how are you doing with your PCOS, Anita? Pretty good, I would say. Like, my hair loss issues have pretty much it's gotten, like, my hair has definitely grown back pretty well. And then when it comes to like other aspects of the hormone imbalance, like my menstrual cycle and whatnot, sort of this TMI for people, I would say like it's getting better. I'm very sensitive to stress, so during more stressful times, like I would have more symptoms. It would be a little more irregular, and then when the stress kind of comes down, like back to normal sort of thing. Yeah. So, but overall, like I'm really happy with how my body is healing. Thanks for asking.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, someone said that Maria also commented on your live chat. Is it this one? Or a different one? No way.
Your live chat.
No.
And mine?
Adia's live chat.
What?
No. What?
I have to go all the way back and find it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you find
I'm
that
famous.
Hi, Maddie.
Okay, I'll look for it later. But oh my gosh, you did! What the heck?
Wait,
oh my god, Maria! Hi.
Oh my goodness. Maria, do you know that I exist?
We're like starstruck right now.
We're definitely starstruck right now. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maria, you're the first ediyasmr artist I ever watched. During a really difficult time in my life when I was chronic insomnia all the time. And I would even at work as a chiropractic assistant, I would listen to Maria's videos to help me nap. That was such a hard time. I don't know if you remember.
You were so burnt out.
I was so incredibly burnt out. Yeah. And even on my way back, in the car, the only thing that kept me going was listening to Maria's. I would just listen to her audio. That was the only thing that kept me going. So I feel like she kind of saved my life. Yeah, her and Julia from It Splits, two main ones.
Look at that, we've come full circle.
Incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
So Solon asks, how did your family react when you first talked to them about doing ASMR? Okay, so for me, when I put out my first video, I actually didn't tell my parents that I was going to do this, and I just went ahead and I told my sisters, and I was like, I'm going to make this eye exam, and they're like, yeah, okay, like we'll see what happens with that. Like they thought it was so good. I did it, ended up doing pretty well, and then my parents watched it randomly, and yeah, my mom was like, "Whoa, Samita, what are you doing? Why are you whispering to the camera? This is so weird. Like, is this a sexual thing?"
Yeah, ASMR had a different reputation back then. I feel like
Yeah.
it sort of shifted over the pandemic.
I think so.
Yeah. But back then it was sort of
Yeah.
weird for people.
Yeah. But then eventually, like, I explained it to her. She, she kind of watched how it worked. She watched some of my videos, and now she's my editor. So things have come really far since then. Now, like, the whole family's on board. They're part of the videos. They're all part of my channel in some way, shape, or form. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah. What about you?
My parents are pretty open with whatever I do, so I don't think they ever questioned anything. And they also, actually, when I started, they already knew that you were being, that you were successful and you were making money, and that piqued their curiosity. I think, oh, maybe you should try it, make some money.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, you kind of opened the doors for me, so they never questioned much of it. But I was also I was already on Instagram and trying to post and stuff. So
yeah, so you'd already put yourself out there.
They're pretty. My parents are very chill with a lot of things I do.
Chill.
I've done a lot of crazy things. So, Jasmine asks, any advice on getting through a breakup? I guess my biggest advice would be to feel your emotions, because they say that a heartbreak can be as painful as, what is it? I can't remember at the moment, but heartbreak can be
as painful as something physically traumatic.
Yeah, something like that. Don't underestimate a breakup and the pain that you can feel from it. You have to take your time to really move through the emotions, because if you don't, you take it with you into your next relationship and you'll see the same patterns, and it'll be the same person with a different face. And you don't want that. You want to heal, process, and then finally meet that person that you want to spend your life with. So feel your emotions.
Okay, so that's a great question for me, because over the pandemic, I went through so many breakups. It's ridiculous. Starting from November, I would say before pandemic, November 2019, left a pretty long-term, 4-year-long relationship. And I made a video called, if you go on my channel, it's called kind of therapist role play, healing your broken heart kind of thing. And then after that, I went through a series of breakups as well. Well, they were short-term relationships, but for me, I'm a Pisces. So when I fall in love, I fall hard. Really?
She really does.
I put my whole heart into it. And then when they break my heart, I'm just like, yeah, but biggest thing that's helped me is realizing that the grief will come and go in waves. Like sometimes you'll be like, oh my gosh, I think I'm all better. And the next moment you're going to be like, I'm not okay. This is worse than it was originally. So yeah, make the space for those feelings. And when they come up, sit down, don't try to push it away. Don't try to distract yourself. Sometimes healthy distraction is fine, but for the most part, really try to process those feelings. Otherwise, they will remain unhealed and stuck inside you. And you don't want that to turn into trauma. And that's what really helped me. And for me, the only way that I was able to continue dating after that was I kept opening my heart again and again. A lot of people, they shut their heart closed after a breakup and after heartbreak. For me, I just kept encouraging myself to open my heart back up, and that really helped. Yeah, so I hope that helps you. So it's already been an hour and 12 minutes. How long? Maybe until an hour 30.
Yeah, I guess. What do you think? Does that feel right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sharda Kano asks, out of curiosity, how do you learn to read tarot and what's the process? So for me, what really helped me learn, or like finally learn it and understand it, was to pick up on the patterns in tarot, because you have numerology, the numbers are very significant, and you have the elements, earth, water, fire, and air. They're really significant. And then you have like the archetypes too, like the different character personalities. But like when you mix these things together, it's sort of like doing an equation, and getting a result out of that equation. So it's really important to understand the patterns behind these cards, not the individual meanings, because it'll take a lifetime trying to memorize meaning. But it's more important to understand numerology, the elements, and then just feel the energy that comes with each card. So like when you read for yourself, you naturally learn, because you're like, oh yeah, this is what I'm feeling, and it feels this way, and I feel it when things like this happen in my life. That sort of stuff. Would you agree?
I would say so. And also, like, I'm just starting out, but I like looking at the imagery and seeing what that invokes.
Oh, yes.
And also, like, you might look at a card and be like, this is what it means based on the interpretation on like Biddy Tarot or whatever website, but it could be totally different. Like sometimes I would look at a card and I would be like, is that me? Like, am I really hurting that much? But then I realized, no, it's actually not about me. It's about this other person. So look at the card, really, really, look at the imagery and try to figure out whether it's you, is it someone else? Like, what are the things in the background? Is there a beautiful castle? If there is, then, well, my tarot cards are different. They're not the Rider-Waite deck. It's the fairy tale deck.
Yeah.
And so I really like to look at all the imagery because I find it's really helpful looking at in a whole.
Speaking of imagery, if you want to learn the symbolism behind each card, the imagery and the symbolism behind that, you can start off with the original Rider-Waite's. That'll really help, because other depictions can kind of confuse you. But I mean, she resonated with her deck, so I think that's good. You have to resonate with the deck you have and be inspired by them. I hope that was helpful.
So Snack Queen says, when you look at the brain activity of someone going through heartbreak, it resembles the brain activity of someone in physical pain.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's really incredible. And Lisa says, thank you, Sunita, for your kind words. New house at Dream. Thanks for asking. Oh gosh, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so glad. Oh, Rob is here too. Hi, Rob. How are you?
Oh my god. Thank you, Boba. Thank you. Are you competitive about subscribers? No. From my
like
side,
between us?
I guess that's what they mean. From my side, because I started later, I know that like I'm always gonna play catch up, or like that's how I felt since I've begun. So I've never thought too much about it. It's like, yeah, of course Amita's gonna have more. She's of course gonna get more views, and like that's just how it is.
You guys, she's gonna go beyond me pretty soon. Yeah. I'm at 203. You're at 200. Yeah, you're growing faster. And okay, to be perfectly honest, at first I was a little jealous. And you know, like how society, like they put such a negative stigma around jealousy, like it's so you're a bad person if you're jealous, but it's actually such a normal feeling to have, and you should really just sit with it and be like, okay, where is this coming from? Just really acknowledge it, and once you're able to do that, you're able to release that energy, then you make space for more positive and loving energies. So through doing that, I got to a point now where I'm actually like, when I see you happy, I'm happy too. Like I'm actually able to like see her joy and her success as my own, because like spiritually we're connected. And yeah, like I love you.
Oh,
So
I love it too.
yeah, pass, girl. Go further than me. And yeah, that makes me happy. So appreciate it.
Yeah.
So Jamie asks, are either of you guys ticklish at all? I'm guessing yes, since you're ASMR sensitive. Definitely. I'm ticklish pretty much.
Yeah. I hate being tickled. Like it gets me angry. That's usually when I make the switch. I'm like,
oh, really? Don't even try. Yeah. I actually, okay, so I've had recurring dreams ever since I was like very, very small, like I'd say 3 or 4 years old. I would have dreams of being tickled to death. It's pretty scary. Yeah. Like, okay, so I would be in my dream. I'm also a lucid dreamer, so usually I can figure out whether I'm in a dream or not, from a young age. And my mom would be there, and I would be like, okay, is this the tickle version of mom, or is this like the nicer version of mom? And then usually the person tries to like put their hands close to me, and then they would start tickling me. Okay, it's weird when you go into dreamland, but
I was just about to analyze you, but
yeah, analyze.
Yeah. I think it could be an issue about boundaries.
Never thought about that. I don't have as many of those dreams nowadays, so I guess my boundaries are getting better.
Yeah. And it makes sense for a child to have a dream like that because, well, when you're young, you don't really understand boundaries, you know? Yeah. It's really interesting. What's your sun, moon, and rising? Mine.
And I also was asking, what is your rising sign?
Oh, nice. Mine is I'm a Leo sun, Aquarius moon, and Scorpio rising. Okay.
My sun is Pisces. My moon is Gemini. And my rising, I think, is Sagittarius or Capricorn. One of those.
I thought it was Taurus.
Not Taurus.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I don't have any earth in me.
That's interesting because you're very earthy.
What?
You don't think you're earthy?
No.
You're like, do you know your dosha? I'm pretty sure you're kapha.
Really? I don't know my dosha. Oh, I gotta figure it out.
Maybe kapha and vada. No, there's a bit of vada too. Definitely kapha.
Is Sagittarius an earth sign?
No, it's fire.
It's fire?
Yeah.
I gotta look into this again. Daiwan and Only says, Samita, you were one of the first people I began watching when I found ASMR, and I was able to get off of strong pain medications. Thank you, and your cousin as well. That's incredible.
Wait, sorry, I was reading my comment.
Daiwan and Only was able to get off strong pain medications by watching ASMR. You guys, we need to
so happy for
the scientific community we need more research on ASMR and how it can actually act as potentially an alternative or an adjunctive therapy. Like we definitely need a lot more scientific evidence on this because all of you guys are watching ASMR it's sort of like a self-help therapy, right? And yeah, I think there's so much potential in medicine.
Definitely.
So anyway, yeah, that's really
I'm so happy for you.
Sharing. Alice says you should do a crystal jewelry line together.
Ooh, we could.
No, we don't.
One day. Do you offer? CC Scooter asks, do you offer private tarot readings? Great question. At the moment, I don't. Yeah. At the moment, I don't. I tried it out, but then I made it more exclusive to my one-on-one clients. It's just that at the moment, I'm trying to figure out a system that's really going to help me protect my energy and make sure that I'm able to help people as much as possible. So I'm figuring that out, and as I'm doing that, I've decided to, yeah, close lessen my availability for private sessions, and that includes tarot readings. So I had to kind of take that out.
Yeah, you have so much going on. Girl.
Yeah, I'm trying to just figure out ways to help people more efficiently and more effectively. Yeah. Do you have a favorite Studio Ghibli movie? I love this question.
Gosh. Well, I love Princess Kaguya.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's so sad. I cry my eyes out every time, but it is so beautiful. Like just the way they drew it, and it's such a spiritual.
Yeah, it's very deep.
Yeah,
that's probably my favorite as well.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it with my family like years ago, and it really left an impact.
So what is the channel of Samita's guest? Okay, someone already responded. Would you ever move towards more mainstream ASMR videos like worst review?
Like what review?
Like worst review, like worst reviewed dentist, or worst reviewed makeup, worst reviewed Reiki, where you do it like really horribly.
Oh, that
but
could be
like
kind of fun.
It's usually funny, kind of comedic. I might try that.
Am I funny enough to make something like that?
You are funny, girl. Okay. Look at your reels.
Oh yeah,
you're pretty funny.
Yeah, I would love to give that a shot.
So Soren says the student has surpassed Master Samita.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, somebody asked, what's the channel of Samita's guest?
Yeah.
Ediyasmr. I never know how to say it properly.
Ediyasmr
I'm like,
or
ediyasmr? Ediyasmr? Oh, Mia asks, have you ever watched celebrities doing ASMR? Yeah. Cardi B.
I think I watched that video.
She did a really good job, surprisingly. She was amazing. And there's this K-pop artist that I found. I think his name is Felix. He had like a really deep voice, so it was pretty cool.
So Grateful 58 said someone asked before, but I don't think you saw it, or maybe I didn't hear the response. What kind of music do each of you like?
I like. I listen to like a variety of different kinds of music. I like indie pop. I like R&B. Depends on what mood I'm in. And I recently got back into K-pop. I used to be obsessed with K-pop when I was young. I was so obsessed. It was bad.
She would know all the choreography to like every
I love to dance.
Song. Yeah. Oh, she's a good dancer.
Yeah. But yeah, mostly indie pop and R&B for me.
For me, I love movie soundtracks, like Studio Ghibli soundtracks and video game soundtracks. I don't play that many video games, but like I love my favorite are Legend of Zelda and Kingdom Hearts. So I listen to the music. And yeah, those are probably the main ones. And musicals. I like musicals.
Okay, I think we should close this off now. What do you think?
I think so. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of the questions.
I'm actually, I guess I'll pitch it here. What if, and I don't know if you're open to doing this on your channel, but I was thinking there are like a lot of Q&A videos out and about nowadays with like vloggers and those types of creators. What if we made like a Q&A? I guess it would be individual, or we could do it together.
So, like,
but like
people submit questions.
yeah,
and-
because there were a lot of questions here that we didn't get to answer. Would that be fun?
Yeah, I actually did that for my 20K Q&A.
You did,
Yeah.
right. Oh,
It is a lot of work, though.
It is?
Mhm. Might be worth it.
Yeah. I was sort of thinking about it. So I might do that since there are a lot of questions that I would love to get into and take my time with that we didn't have time to answer today. So let me know if you want that. I think that could be fun.
Definitely.
Oh. Ding Dauber Seer says, your latest tarot reading led me to your heart center meditation, which led me to a state of bliss.
Aw,
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
that's so sweet.
All right.
All right, thank you all so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. And don't forget to check out the video tomorrow with Dia. And yeah, every week, Friday, for the most part, I'll have videos out. So yeah, I'll close it off. Thanks, Dia.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. This is incredible that we're actually able to do it, like now that like, we're in between lockdowns and who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining, everybody.
Have a good night or morning.
Such a pleasure catching up with you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Okay, take care.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
How do I
End stream.